Hold on, I need my playlist. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Oh, and my camera's not working. That's not good. That is weird, actually. Oh, you know why? There we go. Oh, maybe not. Oh, there we go. What's up, losers? What was I gonna do, per se? We're starting Avalon today. Now, here's the thing, right? I didn't do any of the shit I was supposed to do off stream, so hopefully, what even is the the level 68 death spell? Isn't it something ass? It's trash. Ooh, Vaughn's monster. Is it worth getting? I mean, it may be. Eventually. I don't think so for Avalon, though. I mean, it's definitely, like, good. It definitely has some use cases, right? I mean, it's a good drain, but Scarecrow is 1 pip more. Vaughn's monster is 9 pips. Unless they changed it. Dr. Von monster is 820. And it's 9 pips. So, like, it's good for, like... Although that seems like the unaudited version. How much does the audited version do? Yeah, it's only 720. So it's 120 more damage for 2 extra pips. So it's really not... It's just kind of, like... not going to be useful. But for, like, 1v1 solos, it's probably... could maybe be the best hit we have. Jesus. Ping the Discord. Even, like, Jabberwock, though. Like, it's actually insanely difficult to get up to 9 pips. But maybe. I mean, we can go do it. I don't think the quest for it will be very hard, right? It's probably a pretty free quest. Oh, it's also double reagents. Maybe I, like, pet train a shit ton. Dude, okay, here's my idea, right? Maybe this becomes just like a full-on breadcrumb stream. Because I am trying to make, after that last whatever, after our Mirror Lake, bro, we need to make a pet Willcast pet. That's what this pet. No, this is not the... What the fuck? This pet, it's a couple hatches into trying to get it a a will cast only pet. And then I also want to get, not will cast, may cast heals with will cast vampire. Because will cast vampire, I think, is going to be so fucking good. I think there's going to be a lot of fights where will cast vampire is going to be cheddar cheese, bro. Cheddar cheese. I don't know. We'll quest for a little bit. Maybe we do it like every every quest I complete, I feed breadcrumbs or something. I don't know. This is our good one, right? We also have to level this pet. If this pet gets Death Dealer or Defy, it's pretty lit.
You should not be here, wizard. The light of
Mika Skarka. I remember this fight randomly being kind of hard. Do you have Death Shields? Nope. He can know me. Damn, bro has like 10k health, though. What about your minion? Student of Kai? Alright, they're both life. Dang. Yeah, I mean, this is probably just build up to Crow, right? I need more feints. My deck's kind of cooked. Cool. What's up, Emily? The thing with the vampire talent, though, is like, and I think this is true for the Wizlocke, this Wizlocke run in general, is like, yes, it's really going to be really fucking annoying to do, but like the alternative is like going, you know, like what we're risking to lose would be worse, right? So if we get to the point where we're like, you know, I have to feed breadcrumbs for 4 hours to get enough tokens. Is there, my mom asked, when do you spend time with your family? I don't know. A lot. My family is Dahlia. That's the only family I need. Into the Snoopy ice rink today. Dead ass. I love the Snoopy ice rink. The Charles M. Schultz Museum. The Snoopy ice rink's in NorCal. It's in the North Bay. I used to work like a couple blocks from it. And in front of my building, because like the bottom of it was a bank, there was a... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fine. in front of the bank, they had a Snoopy statue where it was Snoopy hitting a money spread. And I always considered stealing it. If I ever was like gonna fucking commit a crime, I would steal that Snoopy statue and have it in the background of my streams. Why is Wiz so goated after, what, almost 18 years? I think the big thing that makes Wiz so replayable and has people coming back to it is, like, obviously the biggest thing's just nostalgia. But I don't think there's a lot of deck builder MMOs. Go take it. I tested the weight of it once or twice, just to see if I could, like, you know, maybe throw it in the back of my car or something. It's, like, probably 7 feet tall, and it's fucking bolted into the ground. But, like, if that's kind of thing, like, if that ever came up on auction, like, for, like, whatever, like, auction, I would spend an irresponsible amount of money on that. What's up, Nicholas? Appreciate it. Yeah, dude, I worked in Santa Rosa. Santa Rosa's pretty sick. They got the Snoopy Museum. They got that. There's a really good deli, like, right in the downtown spot. Santa Rosa is kind of the border of civilization. You go any more north of Santa Rosa, and that's when you get into trouble. There are a lot of PvE deck builders? Nah. Not in the style of WIZARD101. In an MMO setting, bro, no one even makes MMOs anymore. I mean, I don't think it's... I'm sure it's... I feel like it has less to do with patents and more of, like... MMOs in general just kind of aren't as popular. I feel like games in general that revolve around, like, upgrading your character and putting an insane amount of time in, rather than, like... hard to believe. You know? I don't know. I feel like it used to be a big thing. Like, the draw of a lot of these games is like... Where the fuck is my quest? There it is. Of, like, having a character in an online world that you, like, upgrade and, like, progress. I don't know. It's just, like, doesn't really exist anymore.
And look, you've brought your pet wizard with you. Now that I've reclaimed my deck of
Destiny was definitely similar to that. Like, Destiny was cool to, like, upgrade your character, and, like, the further you progress, the stronger you get, and, like, in an online hub. But, like, I don't know. Something I want to be Morgan's pet. Dude, she is tall. She towers over Merle.
Clearly, Morganth cannot be left unchecked. We must stop her. You will need the Sword of Kings to defeat Morganth's deck of shadows. Gamma, tell our
You
esteemed
finished?
wizard-
It's in creations? I'll look at it. This is sick. Kane getting fucking dunked on. And there's a little Xerath. That's epic.
Morganth, she once tried to hit me with a woolly mammoth.
Ah, Gamma. And we're on Avalon. And oh, I'm flipping them off. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Stupid fucking clanker. That's pretty epic. Stupid fucking clanker.
My wound.
And we're already defeating collecting. Welcome to the second arc, bozo. The slurs are I feel no remorse at all for being racist towards robots. But you know, here's the other thing, is like, I guess, I don't know. I think most people who were, like, discriminatory throughout history ended up not being on, like, the right side of it, right? So, like, is there a universe where, like, I regret these? I don't think there is. But I feel like in the history of you know, maybe I'm not playing the side that usually wins. Bro, I say this all the time, and every time I say it, people, like, get worried. Like, I don't mean this in, like, a, like, depressing way. But if there was, like, an end-of-the-world type apocalypse, I don't want to be a survivor. If, like, 95% of humanity gets, like, extinct and there's, like, zombies and shit, I would happily just go. Like, I can be in the majority that just dies. I'm chill with that. Like, if this is like, if it's like Walking Dead-esque, we're like, or like, dude, what's the one John Krasinski, I have to hide my, A Fucking Quiet Place? Dude, just take me, I'm done, I'm good. I don't need to, like, not be able to make a noise, or a giant alien is gonna spawn in and, like, yes, I'm a coward. I'm not doing it. I'm not dealing with it. Call me a coward. If I would not, I'd be fine. I would go out into an open field and I'd scream and I'd let the robot, you know, kill me. I'm fine. Good for it. I'd happily be the guy that dies first episode. I'm totally chill with that. You can kill me. In what? Pluribus? I have no idea what show this is, to be honest. This is my first run. So, like, I don't really know how... I'm probably leaning towards not using world skip elixirs and stuff. I feel like it kind of takes away from the impact of, like... You know, you don't want to die, right? I feel like part of the stakes of the run are, like, you lose and it really fucking sucks. But I don't know. Maybe eventually. I can't live without my coffee. Like, I think that's okay. Like, in a world-ending apocalypse, I don't think like my caffeine addiction is what it's more like everything you know and love has been destroyed. And it also, I think it depends on what quality of life you can hope to attain. Like, if you're in, like, a quiet place, like, what do you... I guess maybe you find, like, a, like... I don't know. I'd rebuild the world in my fortified goomplex. So you're saying you have a Fortress of Solitude-esque, apocalypse-proof goon cave. And you'd retreat to that to rebuild Western civilization. I think that...
What have we here?
Feel like, again, if I had to choose between, like, a peaceful death or, like, trying to rebuild the world from your goon cave, I think I'd choose a peaceful death. We're reinventing the Ming Dynasty. Okay. I don't even... How is dying in an apocalypse a peaceful death? I think, like, realistically, if I've learned one thing from, like, watching apocalypse shows, it's that the majority of people in them still die. So it's like, and, like, there's not really many that have happy endings. So it's like, if I had just get freaking bit by a zombie or, like, eaten by an alien first day, right? If I, day one of Quiet Place, am the guy that when the aliens come down, they instantly grab and kill, like, I'm probably chill with that. But imagine you're the main character with the antibodies or whatever. I just think it's one of those things that, like, it's the same as being a Viking or, like, a pirate. That, like, people just, like, weirdly romanticize. I feel like your life would suck. Your life objectively would be terrible. How much health do these things have? This isn't the quad fight. Okay, sick. Didn't really sound much like a hiss to me. Their life is already terrible. Why not be terrible with a yo-ho-ho and a bottle of yum? You know what pirates did? And like the one that always pisses me off is like Vikings. There's the Sigma Instagram, you know, oh, you need to go back to your Viking heritage, and like they were objectively awful human beings. Okay, if you want to LARP, that's fine. But you're better off fucking LARPing in the modern age where you, like, can Uber Eats food and, like, aren't gonna die of dysentery. Sarah is woke. I think it's a little weird if you fantasize about, like, wanting to go back in time so you could be a Viking. Yes, I do think that's a little weird. Considering what Vikings did, I think it's a little weird. Unapologetically. I think you're a little strange. I probably don't want to be friends with you. Bro, I have to crit this now. Okay, but what if I was a good pirate like Johnny Depp? Like, I think if you're someone who wants to, like, go on a mythical, like, LARP about going on, like, a mythical quest, I don't think that's weird. I think if you're, like, someone who's, like, oh, it would be so cool to go on, like, a Pirates of the Caribbean level adventure with, like, whatever, like, I think that's normal. I think it's weird when you get the, like, guys who, like, you know, I'm returning to my ancestral roots, you know. I eat like a Viking because they were the pinnacle of society. I actually think I'd have more respect for someone who's like, yes, I wish I was a monkey. I wish I was like a orangutan with no natural predators, without like the concept of like stress, you know? Then I'd be like, okay, I can get behind that. I want to be a capybara. I mean, I think it's a little weird still, but like, to be like, I want to live as like an animal that, like, whatever, like, just enjoy, whatever, like, no natural predators, just chill out all day. There, all animals get stressed. It's a hormone. Yeah, but I think an orangutan stress is probably more along the lines of like, they're cutting down my forest, like this is bad, or like, I need fucking banana. I don't think it's the same kind of stress like on a human level where it's like, fuck, I have to do my taxes. And, you know, I think they're different. I don't really know, actually, what orangutans usually think about. I can't say I do. In fairness, getting your fort cut down has got to be like an alien invasion level threat for them. Yeah. Dude, humans would be fucking terrifying. Imagine you're just like an orangutan who's like chilling, enjoying life. No natural predators. Eating bananas and shit. And then this like freaking hairless monkey comes and he's like has all these powerful tools and he destroys the forest and then he throws you in a cage. And then all his other freaking naked monkey friends come and watch you in the cage. That would be pretty scary. That would be hot.
I'll need my mortar and pestle. I lost them to hobgoblin fiends in the area. Get them.
I think this whole streaming thing's working out. I think I gave it a run. I don't know. I think I went wrong somewhere. At some point I failed you. At some point I led us astray. I don't know. I still don't quite understand what I did wrong, but I did something wrong. That reflects the streamer. I don't know. I don't believe that. I choose not to believe it. I don't want it to be true. Damn. This is so awesome. I love when I have max crows in my deck and I can't pull one. Such a great game! Oh, I totally forgot to get Colossal. That's what I was supposed to do, and then I forgot. I should go do that. I also need to look for a deck. I don't know if they exist, though. That has a triangle socket that's a higher level deck. Is that a thing? I got a little drunk and remember a fight last night, but thought we lost in Zafaria. Am I schizo? No, I didn't. We did not. We beat Mirror Lake. Dude, I had a comment too on the. That might have been you. On the VOD. That was like, GG, it was a great run. You'll get him next time. Like, dude, would you just expect me to have lost? You just have no faith in me? Alright, let's go get Colossus. You just not watch the VOD? You're just like, there's no way he beat Mirror Lake? Dude definitely threw. I don't even need to watch this. Or were you just trying to rage bait the freaking people watching it? I don't know. It's like a little odd. Bungle in the jungle. Go to the jungle. Is this quest long? Yes! Skeletal Dragon upgrade! Wait, what is this? What the fuck? Okay. 655 damage. And 7x clear charms to plus 30 death blades? It clears their blades. I'm actually gonna hold off on actually, I can always like pay to revert them, right? How much does it cost to reset them? Oh, it's cheap as fuck. Okay, cool. Whatever, we'll just go with this one. Maybe there's some weird niche use condition. I almost feel like having a single damage hit would be better if it wasn't just weaker than a drain I could use, but... Am I on the right quest? Sure. Favorite death spell? Wraith, I think, is the coolest. Although I love Skeletal Pirate, too. I think it still has to be Wraith, though. I think the spell I've used the most, though, is Skeletal Pirate. Dude, Wraith, way back when, like, this game first dropped, and that was Death's, like, max spell. And you could see it, and I would go to the Death School, and I'd fucking... Wait, is Wraith you get from Borgin, right? I'm pretty sure Wraith is the trainable one. Because I remember either seeing it, like, being casted, or just looking at it as, like, the highest death spell and being like, dude, that spell is so sick, I need it so bad. I think, like, the majority of the reason I played this game so much was trying to get to Wraith. Crow is the best death spell in the game, probably. Probably one of the best PvE spells ever in the history of this game. But Crow used to be ass. Not ass, but Crow used to not be that good. They've buffed the shit out of Crow with all the rebound things. Crow's also a lot better now because the animation's way faster. The animation used to take 15 freaking centuries. I like Wraith. I think Wraith is just like the most aura spell. Skeletal Pirate's cool. I don't like the early Pip death spells though. I don't feel like Dark Sprite, Ghoul, or even Banshee hold up compared to like Firecat. It still amazes me that, like, I always thought the mascot for this game was Firecats. I would have always thought that the mascot of Wiz in King's Isle was the Firecat, but apparently not. Apparently it's a Piggle. What do I think the coolest animation is? I mean, Erase up there for me. It's got so much aura, bro. Like, my favorite... Like, I think Firecat's probably my favorite spell in this game, because I think it's so iconic. But, like, it's not... It's objectively, its animation's not that cool. Dude, Fire Dragon's pretty sick. Fire Dragon's so tough. Fire Dragon's probably my top 3 coolest animations. Dude, I honestly like Stormlord 2 might be up there. I really like... I don't... Storm has some cool spells. I really like Bugs, too. Maybe it's just like Stockholm syndrome from watching them like a gazillion and a half times. But man, something about those spells, man. Orthrus is also, dude. All the 7-pip AOE's are kind of sick, dude. Even like Frost Giant's kind of tough.
A true child of Zafaria. Spread the message of the Sun School wisely.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go see if I can find a better deck. Violin. I'd have to like. I also think I'd have to like see a bracket. What's like a niche? Are there any spell? What's a spell that is like super sick animation, but the spell is dog shit? Death has several of those. I feel like all of Death's Avenging Fossil and Skeletal Dragon and all those spells are really cool, and they all suck, so you never see them. But they're actually really cool stuff. I don't even think I casted my level 180 death spell. I don't even think I got it trained. I don't even think I fucking went to get. I don't even think I picked it up. Like, I don't know. Like, all the 4-pip AoEs I thought had pretty cool animations. I feel like there's just not any triangle decks. Like, what? It might be worth doing now, too. Is upgrading to this. God, these are expensive. Ugh. For the 2 extra accuracy this gives me. I got a 4 Pierce one. That's pretty cool. Oh, this guy sell. Do you sell a death deck with a triangle socket? It'd be really awkward if you did. Because I just... That's called losing funds. God damn it. The good news is I feel like Avalon is the part of the game where, like, while you're questing through, you start making some real dough. So, hopefully we build some wealth. Right, let's fix this fucking deck. Once and for all. Alright, cool. Good enough. Will you be farming for couch potatoes? So, here's the thing. Here's my thought, right? Is with breadcrumbs being a thing, I don't think ever, like, passively couch potatoes are going to make sense. Although, maybe they do. Because then I could just never train with energy and use all my energy to garden and then use spam mega snacks. I don't know. We'll see. That is, sir, that is not what happened. This is cap. Okay. At least I won't have the problem of not pulling crows anymore. Why are breadcrumbs so good? Yo, appreciate the cheer. Don't spend it all in one place. Is that the equivalent of 1 cent? I appreciate it. I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, because I can just, if you just buy the breadcrumbs and then you feed them to your pet, they become, it's basically churning gold into pet XP. The only downside is you have to manually farm for the gold, and you have to feed them to your pet, which takes forever. But, like, again, in a challenge like this, where, like, we're kind of willing to do anything to not die, you know? It doesn't, time commitment isn't as big of a thing. I think that's going to be, like, how we do a lot of our pet training. It's also, like, realistically, if this pet gets a good talent at Mega, then we have, like, our main pet already done. And then the only thing we're going to want to do is a Willcast pet. So... we'll see. Yeah, for 5,000 gold, you get like 25 to 30 pet XP. So, like, for an epic talent... what is that? That's 10k gold for 60 pet XP. So 100k gold is 600 pet XP. So, like, if you want to get a pet to, like... what, from baby to, like, what's this stage? From baby to epics, like, 500k gold. Which is, like, getting 500k gold sucks. It's not fun. And then you also have several hours of feeding a pet breadcrumbs, but, like... compared to the other shit we do pretty consistently in these kinds of challenges, like, low-key not even that bad. Okay, this is the quad fight, right? Wait, do they really only have 2,500 health? Why do I remember this being like a 10k health fight? Am I dumb? It's a triple fight? Why do I remember this fight randomly being hard? Am I just dreaming? I'm confused on here. I'll show you, right? So this is the pet I'm leveling, right? Right now. This is like the Maycast pet I'm trying to make. So I go here. I go to housing, and then you buy breadcrumbs. Right? Boom. Buy them. Bang. 500 gold for one of these. So, like, I'd come here, I'd buy 10 of them. 5k gold. Bing, bing. Oh, they're gonna go over into my bank. Fine. Whoopsies. And then you come over here, your decorations, and you do this. So our pet starts at 40 XP. Bang, 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 bang. And I just do this. It's like a really shitty rhythm game. And cause the pool on these breadcrumbs, when you feed them to your pet, for whatever reason, is either 15 gold or 1 pet XP, you can kind of just, like, print pet XP doing this. Dude, this is the most, like, old-school RuneScape thing, actually, I think I've ever done in one of these videos. Like, it is actually just clicking. Right, bang, bang. Why is the bread blue and spherical? These are used, the reason they're so cheap is they're like a housing pathing thing for pets and mounts. See, so we got 30 plus pet XP from that. The other thing that's crazy about this, honestly, too, is if we had bought the 3 Shanta puddings instead, it would have been like 3k anyways. So, like, if you don't have a couch potato farm, this is actually, like, A, doesn't cost energy, so you can do it, like, actively. And is way fucking, you know, it's pretty similar in what gold will cost you. You know? It's kind of cheese. It's very cheese. I think this is the ugliest spell in the game. I think the fire retextured snow spells I hate to look at. I feel like that's why they've never been remastered, though. Because they're not trainable. But I feel like they've just left the textures to, like, be ugly as fuck. Dude, I was, like, thought I was gonna have to... Oh, yep, you would live. I was, like, fully prepared to have to set for this fight. They must have... Did they nerf these? Or am I thinking of a different random quad fight? Can I pull a hit, please? What's up, Jack? Are you thinking of deep spawn? I should be training for the Minecraft tournament. Am I in that? Did I even sign up for that correctly, Jack? Did you see the team announcement? No. Wait, are we together? Is it just us? I feel like I would not be... I have a ping in the teams. Oh, wait, we have like... Wait, what the fuck is this? Why am I not on the Aqua Axolotls? Why are we the pink parrots? Wait, when, Jack, when is this? The Woosisha Flops? Will you stream it? We'll see. I have a feeling I'm not gonna be the most. Are there any drinking minigames? I think I probably have the most experience playing drunk Minecraft. Our teammates are amazing, like good at the game. Is January 31st a Saturday? It is a Saturday. You could totally turn the tournament into a drinking game. We're not, like, playing for anything, right? I would be down to do that if I'm not gonna, like, ruin the fucking competition for other people. We're paying for $5,000. Sometimes if you end up beating this first try, I celebrate. You all say, Zaret, wow, you're so good at WIZARD101, and I say thank you. And then Dwayne The Rock Johnson gives me a personal shout out. It's kind of how this is going to play out in my head. Mirror Lake was a little bit dicey. But we dodged. We went second in the Guardians fight. Which is not good. You don't want to go second in that fight. But we had very good RNG that fight besides that. We didn't get stunned. So it went pretty well. But we were low. I mean, we got below. We got to like 700 health. And then, honestly, the scariest fight was the ice quad fight. Because I thought I was going to be able to set for it, and then I wasn't. There wasn't any. You don't. There's not that much base ice resist gear. And then the death, or the storm triple fight was such a pushover. Because with brace, I was able to get to like 84 resist. So they genuinely could not hurt me. I was actually just invincible. It was pretty sweet. think Avalon crafted gear is really good for setting. Yeah, I think as we go on too, if we are gonna be like in a triple fight has even a boss in it, and they're all the same school, we should just like make a habit of making setting sets. It's probably a decent idea to just have like a 90 resist set for every school. Might as well. Damn, you got some health on you, boy. Crafting the resist rings might be big. Do they have school-specific resist?
Froutlings take you, as I still have my own honor. You should free the knights below in the dungeons, lest they starve.
Why is that ring kind of insane? What?
Lord Thornwhip, send me a new toy. A wizard toy, not. Come here.
Round 1 Orthrus goes crazy. Ew. I have to go. 1 second. Dude, I was worried something happened to my, like, dad's dog and my my mom's dog, because they were, like, barking and, like, not stopping, and I was like, what the fuck, like, is something wrong? And I go in there, and they're just having a WWE, like, showdown. It's just, like, a Malice in the Palace, bro. I did not piss myself. Ugh. The pipe is a little jarring. Although the pipe just tells me how long I've been streaming at this point. No, it's like, oh, I got the second pipe. That means I'm an hour into stream. I bet you this guy Medusa's me. Anyone want to take bets? Medusa or Earthquake, guaranteed. Hit the second pipe. I fucking knew it. Why did I say anything? Watch, now he's gonna Earthquake. I bet you the Earthquake comes out now. Nope, double pass. We also now, we have 99% accuracy. So, like, we really shouldn't fizzle. Right? We really shouldn't. But if it's not 100% accurate, it's 50% accurate. My natural... Do you never go over 40% base, Power Pip? Avalon is the most... Dude, Avalon's by far my favorite second arc world. Look how... I just love the aesthetic. I feel like, especially with second arc worlds, it really just comes down to, like, if you like the aesthetic or not. And I love the aesthetic of Avalon. And it's also just bright. I feel like Zafaria is, like, cool looking, but it's got that, like... the, like, filter of haze on it. But Avalon's just great. It's like a better Mushu. I would definitely agree with that. Mushu wanted to be bright, and then it was just ugly. Mushu wanted to be this. Better Mushu's just in Pirate. I still, like, don't understand why they can't just, like, pick up all the assets and just, like, flop them into Wiz, you know? If you've got better bamboo textures, why can't you just, like, Control C, Control V, you know what I mean? Sword of Kings is so bad it gives you a 10% trap? What? This is just a compilation of all the Gen 4 music. It gives a 10% item card? What? I don't even, like, I just remember the Death Sword of Kings was, like, laughably bad, even when, like, when Avalon was, like, new content. Holy shit, that's a lot of rows. Want Gen 5? Yeah.
Young squire, now return to Sir Brennan and let him know what you've accomplished today.
Squire. I think it's gonna be really... I don't think I'm ever giving up the Smogger Smasher. I think that and is Jeffrey Island Leader's permanent badge. So how useless is Dreamwater? I have 632 in full Reaver already. How do you have 632 Dreamwater? I mean, I'd save it in case you make a new wizard or something, but like... I don't think you can like do anything with it. The Lost Pages event? No. Don't think I will. Is Lost Pages how you get Bone Dragon? That would be kind of aura. Isn't it hard though? Like I probably couldn't. It's also like an insane farm. I am not deleting. It's never been a thing in the Wizlocke. If I die, I don't have to delete the character. I just like it. The run's just dead. But like Jeffrey will just go gather dust on the account. Like, I'm not gonna delete him. He might become a couch potato slave one day or something. I usually did in the first Wizlocke because, like, most of the time it'd be like a random level 30 wizard that, like, I didn't have room for on the account. On this account, I think I would keep a level 60 death. I would probably delete, like, one of the random, like, Malistaire quest wizards I have. And we're stunned. Oregon Cubia's buns. know. I actually don't think anyone can predict a quarterback success. If there's one thing I now believe about college football, it's that no one can tell you if a quarterback's actually going to be good or not at the next level. What do you think of Carson Beck? Is he NFL material or not? I couldn't tell you. My initial reaction is fuck no, but it's one of those things where it's like, I watched Miami play the playoff games, and he looked good, but like, I don't know. I also don't understand, like, there's like sometimes the eye test applies to like quarterbacks, but then other times it doesn't. Like, it's like, I'm kind of surprised that Mendoza is projected to be like a top pick in the draft, because he doesn't really pass the eye test. It's not like he has like a great arm, and he's like not like, it's, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I'll do an Arc 3 Wizlocke. Maybe. Mendoza is so efficient, he's unironically like Drake May. He doesn't have the arm that Drake May does. Drake May has a fucking howitzer. Drake May is also like an insane arm talent that I don't think you see with like a Mendoza.
Cross the 100-year bridge at your leisure.
Like, I don't know. And I mean, like, I can't even pretend to know enough to, like, evaluate quarterbacks. Or, like, actually say anything that's relevant to, like, fucking how good they might be or might not be. Dude, honestly, even as a Patriots fan, I think if you asked me to, like, you gave me two outcomes, one of them was a Panthers win the Super Bowl or Patriots win the Super Bowl, I actually think I'd pick the Panthers. It would be so funny. Like, I would love a Drake May Super Bowl, but like a Panthers Super Bowl run would be so, like, it would be so good for content. I don't know what the roses craft into. I feel like they're a new reagent though, because I've never seen them before. I actually have no idea. You know what? I'm gonna check actually. Roses, WIZARD101. Roses, Avalon? What are these used to craft? Pendragon Recharge. I don't know what the Pendragon rematch is, to be honest. Where are you at right now, questline wise? I'm like probably 15 quests into Avalon. I just got to Sierra Leone. It recharges the Benjamin. I don't think that's what the roses do.
Goodness, can you please help? Can you please help? These horrible whiptail Pantera have
I don't think that's true.
Can you drive them away?
What's up, Pudding? I appreciate you. They say they're for Pendragon rematches. Which is probably something like raiding or guild related. They drop Umbra Queen boots? Fuck are these? They drop like max level boots that don't look very good. So what do I know? To be honest.
That was wonderfully.
Isn't T-Mac like the front runner by like a lot for Rookie of the Year?
Mate? Yes. I saw her being chased away from here by hobgoblin plunderers. I couldn't reach her. Please, tell Ashley.
Chased by hobgoblins. Please round up some
Isn't darts the betting favorite? Really?
What they did with my cousin in Maine.
My boy Tyler. He would have won it if he played the entire year, probably. The Giants were just fucking terrible. I love Jackson Dart. Don't get me wrong. One of my roommates is a Giants fan, so I watched a good amount of Giants games. That Giants team was fun though. Especially before Cam Scatabo got hurt. But like, I don't see how you could give it to a quarterback with like pretty bad numbers on a 2-15 team over. Where do they finish? 3-14? How do you feel about the Browns' chances of getting 8 wins next year? I would bet my entire net worth that they don't get 8 wins. Again, this is like one of those things where it's like, there are a few consistencies in my life. The Browns underachieving. And it's not even like they have fucking an 8-win expectation next year. But like, they'll probably come into the season with expected to win 5 games and they'll find a way to underachieve. 100%. He runs like he has a metal pipe attached to his forehead. He either needs to change it up or play for 5 years and be done. Yeah, but like, what do you mean? Like, if he's not a crayon-eating running back who has no regard for himself, like, it's not, you know, that's his identity. Like, that's what he brings. Yeah, he'll probably play for fucking 3 years. And he probably won't be able to remember his name by the time he's done, but like, you know, that's who he is. Scatabo is running back Gronk. The thing about Gronk, truthfully, is Gronk was a deeply intelligent person. I still believe Gronk plays the frat bro role very well. He's actually just very intelligent. It's all a bit. It's a facade he plays. Like Gronk was the best. I don't think it, when Gronk was healthy, he was probably the best football player, like pound for pound, ever. There was nothing that could stop him.
Humane got out of town safely?
Dude, he was like 6'5", 270 of like pure muscle, and he was fast. People forget that, like, when Gronk got, after a lot of the injuries, he slowed down a lot. A young Gronk was fucking fast at that size. He was terrifying. I mean, his last name is Gronkowski. Dude, I mean... This says he's 6'6", 265. He played a lot heavier than that, probably. Like 270? Bro, what was his 40 time? Did he run at the combine? He ran a 4.68? I don't even think. I think he's so much faster than that. Oh, 6'6", 270, running even a 4.6 is like... He was a tight end. Gronk was like... No one could guard him. That Gronk, Aaron Hernandez tight end room still be the best ever? Dude, I mean, those Patriots teams were so fucking good. It was so fun growing up being a Patriots fan. I don't know what Puka ran. I have no idea. Puka 40 time. 4.57. Mark Andrews beta. What did Brock Bowers run in his 40? .453. That's crazy. Dude, Brock Bowers is still the fastest human I've ever seen in real life. Belifius Barca. I wonder what this guy's got going on. He's just a pretty run-of-the-mill myth boss. Sick. Let me guess, you have Medusa and Earthquake. Of course you do. Awesome. And I discarded my shield. Alright, that was a pretty bad opening round for me, I will admit. Not like it matters. Crit Medusa round 1 is kind of crazy. Critting a Medusa round 1 is kind of absurd. Is Myth really as bad as people say? like, I used to trash on Myth, and then the Orthrus buff happened, and now it's, like, really good. Like, it's a fine school for you to play. It is the most annoying school to fight. At least, oh my god, I don't even pull the crow. At least in the second arc and onward, dude, it's just toxic. They're just so annoying. Sad ass Pokemon music, dude. Gotta skip this one. What a crazy 2 songs to put together in the playlist. Okay, I kinda need to pull my freaking Scarecrow. I like a song about an unwavering heart. I use it in a lot of videos. It's just sad. It's not the vibe I need. Frog. No, but this fight has been pretty toxic. Not a good day to be a duck. Go purely off aesthetic. I mean, I really like Death. If I like if people ask me what school I play in this game, I'm like a Death main. I grew up playing Death. I've always thought it was the coolest. I think even though it's like the best, it's like I'm a day one Death fan, man. I think they also just get the coolest gear. I like the Death aesthetic.
This must be my home.
Unknowable. I'm gonna save that. 2 square sockets and 345 health's pretty decent. Might have to switch away from the Jewel of the Fane eventually. For like hard boss fights. Because the health would be nice. Playing as a I mean, like, I think every school now is like so viable that like whatever one you've played since you were a kid, or like whichever one you think has the coolest stuff is valid. I do think though, like the first, at least for me, because I only had one wizard for a really long time. Like I still view this game through like the lens of a Death wizard. I don't know if that makes sense. But like the way, like I feel like your first playthrough is like how you understand the game through the lens of it. That's why when I play on my Myth and World in Review, I always get caught fucking faint stacking and die. I'm so used to playing as a death where you can just freaking blade stack into a drain and you just win. Death is baby mode. But like, honestly, if you can get up to like 30 resist, close to 100 damage on like any school in this game, it's pretty easy, you know?
You did it! Thank you for all your help. I'm going to take my
I think every school is kind of baby mode. Realms. Why? How is someone in this realm? What is the Thunder's record? (31-7). Rods. That would probably be the best thematically. I think it's myth. As much as it hurts me to say, I actually think the story works the best if you're a myth wizard. Because then when Cyrus is like, when you get, at least for when you get to Dragonspire, because the plotline of Cyrus, like, thinking you're a loser and, like, being mean to you through all your spell quests, and then, like, testing you and being like, okay, maybe you can actually defeat Malistaire. Kind of works the best. But Death, it's also cool because you, like, mirror match Mali. I don't know. What the fuck is going on in this realm? That was a last page realm. I don't know why there were so many people there. Balance because you gotta restore the no. Bro, you don't even have a school in Ravenwood. You would not be the main character. What's up, Jaeger? You ate you.
Brave work. That map will get you where you need to go. To get into the real world, you'll need to talk to the old queen here.
Maybe there could be a deaf student going along with you as a former student of Bazaar. Huh? Wait, what now? Ah. No friends in the industry. Noob is crazy. How long does it typically take to get max level in Wiz? It's like kind of a hard question to answer, honestly. From like fresh account, solo, no help, besides like teaming up for like fights, big time fights and stuff. Probably like 150 to 200 hours. I did it in a week one. But yeah, I don't know. 150, you could probably do it. I think if I was to start on a and I had to play solo, it would probably take me like 120 hours. If I blew off all the side content and like minimally farmed for gear. I got to Dragonspire in like 10 hours solo on an ice today. Yeah, that's probably pretty, that's pretty fast. On an ice, but that's reasonable. I mean, if you're like really speed questing, yeah, you can do it in 10 hours. I mean, the world record to get through Marleybone is 5 hours. And then... You know, so yeah, that would make sense. Mushu's probably like 3 or 4. And then you lose a while because you're on an ice, and ice is slow, but... Like, my advice would be, if you've watched my content and you're thinking about getting in this game, like, don't try to get to max level as fast as possible. Like, there's a difference between, like, min-max grinding, which, like, is fun, and, like, doing something degenerate, like trying to get to max in, like, you know, a week or two. But, like, I honestly also don't really think that, like, the most fun... There's a lot of games where the most fun stuff's at the end. I don't think WIZARD101 the most fun stuff's at the end. Like, I think some of the fun of it is, like, going to Waterworks and trying to get gear and, like, farm for gear. And, like, going to Darkmoor and farming for gear. and fucking off once you hit level 130 for a while to make a couch potato farm, and like trying to like pet train and do all that shit. So like I don't think you want to play like min-max, you know. Bro using pet energy, why? What? I honestly don't know what you're asking. Hit the content end wall? You could easily, on a single character, sink 200 plus hours into this game with like stuff to do. Especially if you like, dude, probably more than that. If you take your time, you really like, you think you might like the game, and you go smell the roses and shit, and you like go do decathlon and all that, there's actually so much content in this game. Why training your pet? Your pet's your most important piece of gear, especially early game. There's so much stuff to do in this game. I mean, especially now with like all the end game raiding stuff. But like I don't even do, because it's just like there's too much content. But like decathlon's really fun, you know? And when the decathlon comes around, you can easily sink a couple hours into it, you know, every month. I would pick, if you want the easiest time and to have like the most solo possibility, I would pick a death. If you want to play as fast as humanly possible and be glass cannon and have a lot of fun and do a lot of damage, but like maybe have a little bit more of a challenge because you might actually die, I'd pick Storm. And if you want to land somewhere right in the middle of that, where it's like do damage, but game isn't baby mode, but still kind of like play fast, I'd pick Myth. I would not pick Ice, Life, or Balance. I would stay away from those three. And then Fire is like fine. Fire's kind of like a more offensive version of Myth. I would choose between Death and Storm though if you're thinking about picking up the game. That's usually what I tell people. Only played First Arc about 15 years ago when I was a kid. Just started playing against some Rex. I mean, if you're at like Zafaria level, I would go farm Waterworks if you're 60. Waterworks, it's a dungeon in Crab Alley. It is like, there will always be people in the team up for it. It drops some insane gear. And then honestly from there, like, consider starting to like pet train with your gold. But like, the game's pretty forgiving in that like, you can definitely get through it even without like super meta stuff and whatever. I feel like Storm would be frustrating when you're brand new. I don't think so. The difference in this game now is like, if you're really stuck on something, the game's so active where you can just team up. When Caramel released, there were genuine like dead spots in the game where it's like if you wanted to do like Storm Titan or some shit, it was actually hard to find a team up. But like now the game's active enough where like there's not, if you ever get stuck, you just jump in a team up, wait 5 minutes, and someone will come like, you know, help you. Caramel is still a dead spot. If you sit in a Caramel team up for 10 minutes, you will get a team up. Bro, Mirror Lake was tough. I'm telling yes, the questing through like Avalon and Zafaria has been easy. I will admit. But, like, to make stuff like Mirror Lake possible, that shit was tough. Maybe that's what I do when the Switch release comes out, bro. I've always thought about doing like an intensive, like, here's how to Wizard 101. Because I feel like a no bullshit guide could be helpful. I just, like, don't really like making guide content, so I don't know. It's fake free to play. You need a membership. I do keep maxing out my goals, so what do you mean pet train with gold? Dude, is there like a good pet guide? Orca might have linked one. I don't know. I don't even know, like, what a good pet guide is these days.
Who are you? Prepare to have your flesh torn, vermin.
The hard part with pet guides is, like, there's, like, a Wiz accent. Where it's, like, I think sometimes with those, like, especially with, like, new pet guides, I kind of wish people would talk to me like I was, like, 5. Because the concept of, like, a wow factor and, like, how pets work and, like, what talents are good, it's like, I feel like it's hard when you have someone with, like, a Wiz accent explain it to you. I feel like my explanation of just, like, find a pet that has damage and spellproof on it in the kiosk or get someone to lend it to you and just slam your pet together with it until it copies its talents is, like, that's usually how I explain it. The 100k Malistaire is a myth. Is WoW Factor? No, WoW Factor was just data mined. It's just the likelihood that how likely you are to get that pet body. But it's one of those things that, like, makes so much more sense now that it's, like, it's something people know. Because I used to always, when my strategy for pet making, before I was freaking whatever, is I would just find the, like, one of the gift card pets that I had that had, like, good base stats to hatch with. And then I would never be able, it would take me, like, 25 hatches to be able to get the, like, the pet body to switch over. And everyone would always say it's random, but it's fucking, it's so clearly not random. Wow factor equals common pets are more likely to result in a hatch, and rare pets are less likely to hatch. Yeah, but then even there's some vendor pets that just, like, the Tully's Dragon is a great base pet, because it has a 10 wow factor. And it has really high base stats. So if you ever want to copy a pet in the kiosk or from a hatch, and you don't have a pet already, just go to Novus and buy Detoli's Dragon. It's a cheat code for making pets. It makes your life so much easier. And then it's also like if you want to get really sweaty, or just, like, make your life easier in general, you can go and you can look at the wow factor spreadsheet and find something that, like, comes with like maybe some of the damage talents you're looking for in its base pool, and like maybe something that's already got spell proof or whatever you want, and then you can like kind of cheese it. How do you do this puzzle again?
The chamber is filled with a strange vapor. If you don't find an antidote quickly, you might sleep forever.
Avalon potion puzzle. The correct items to pick up are ordered. Green round beaker. Green. Oh wait, don't you have to come over here first and like? I'm not seeing a green round beaker. Oh, it's over here. Okay. Green round beaker. Jar of mushrooms. That's mandrake. Bat wings. Oh, it says where they are. Go to the table left of the window. Are these mushrooms? No, it look like mushrooms. Blue square beaker. We did it, Joe. I solved the puzzle all by myself. Yo, Parky with the prime, appreciate it. Shout out. What would your halftime speech be to Oregon? Listen, boys. We're down fucking 30 points in the college football playoffs. Alright? You either come back and make this respectable, or I'm cutting all your fucking NIL. Every single one of you. I will orchestrate acts of illegal fucking... What's the word? I will illegal tampering to make it so you all have to transfer to fucking NAIA schools if you don't make this respectable. Unless you guys want to go play for the fucking FCS runner, what's even is an FCS school? Unless you want to go play for Kennesaw State, you're gonna have to lock in here, boys. The Oregon quarterback 100% coming back next year. If he elects to get drafted, he's going to the Jets 100%, and no one wants that. I mean, dude, a second overall pick as a quarterback contract? Hard to turn away from that. Hard to turn that down. Even with NIL money, bro, you're projected top 3 as a quarterback, you're coming out. Even if you get drafted to the fucking Jets. At Oregon, he gets more, though. Yeah, but you gotta think of the opportunity cost of what you're giving up. If he blows out his knee in the home opener next year, he could miss out, you know? And it's like, if you go play well in the NFL, fucking $300 million contracts waiting for you. Did you see Trinidad's waiver was declined? What? Denied his 6th year of eligibility? How? What's up, Nathan? I mean, it's gonna be really hard for me to die to, like, a normal boss fight. Especially if it's, like, a life in ice. They just don't do damage. But, like, hard content... Dude, and even then, like, I can't get overconfident. I am pretty fucking strong. He has to sue for that eligibility? Yeah, I don't... Dude, it's also weird now, because... I went to... Okay, I have a friend who's at JUCO playing football. And then he redshirted, then he played a season, and then he had 2 back-to-back ACL tears. So he's going into... And he was granted whatever. Like, because you redshirt, you get a year. Then, like, medical eligibility, you get a year. And then I think he got 2 extra years because of his ACL tears. So he's going to be a sophomore, but he's been at the JUCO for 4 years. And then now, with the fucking NCAA, they just said JUCO eligibility fully resets. So, like, he could go be a freshman at a 4-year college as a 22-year-old who's already played 4 years of college football. But then it's like, then from there... It's like he still could do his grad year, and I think he can still redshirt as a fucking like he still has a redshirt year at the NCAA level. So it's like you could very well there's gonna be there's gonna be someone at least that's like playing college football at like 28, which is insane. Dude, it's also like if you're getting your school paid for, bro, that's a sick deal. You could graduate with like 27 degrees. Bro, think about it. You could fucking get 4 degrees. You could leave with a PhD. Didn't a Miami tight end play till 27? Yeah, like I think you can. I don't really understand how the medical red shirts work. I'm gonna go. Is Max Prosum 70? I might be too low of a level to get it. That would be really annoying. Okay, 70. Let's go. Dang. Crazy that you have to wait till 70 to get this deck. I swear it used to be 72. They must have lowered it. All college athletes are allowed 4 years of eligibility, even if you graduate after 3. I think the rule is you have to be a full-time enrolled student, though. I don't think you can take one class at the school. You have to have full-time credit hours. That's why when you see, like, Zion Williamson's transcript and stuff, he's in, like, 4, you know, make-believe classes. Intro to underwater basket weaving. Modern history of hip-hop. Intro to History of Celestia. Wizlocking 101. Dude, Zion Williamson is just... something's going on there. I don't know. Something's wrong with Zion. Advanced karate. I think advanced karate would be too strenuous of a class for for Zion. I took Introduction to Zombie Apocalypse, Nuclear Fallout, and Other Dystopian Futures. Is that like an English class? That'd be a pretty cool like English class, or like a creative writing course or something. I could see that being like a real class, maybe. That was a biology class? Okay, I don't quite understand that. Was it like teaching you how to write?
Smells.
It was basically talking the evolution of like how all this could evolve if evolution did some butts. That is crazy. Huh. Yeah, I can honestly say I've never heard of someone taking that class before. It's the Deer Knight recipe's not in this one though. What even is the Deer Knight recipe, bro? How hard is the Deer Knight recipe to do nowadays? The hardest thing's the amber still, right? Although I feel like you can get... There's so many more sources of amber now. Even just like the blacksmith Bajord house, you can like get enough amber to craft spells just by like... It's only 12 amber. Dude, the hard part's the 100 blood moss. How the fuck do you even get blood moss? Why is this one still alive? Oh, there's so much red mandrake farming. The Ord? I don't even know what it's called, dude. I'm gonna get PTSD by looking at all how much mandrake you need. How to pronounce fjord? Fjord. Need some more, like... Is anything in this going to be copyrighted? There, I casted Tower Shield. Rejoice. The Piper team should be available. Because we're 2 hours into stream. I mean... Found it. There's like a lot of... Like, I don't need to lock in for Jabberwock, like Mirror Lake level lock in. But like, I have to not be stupid. And I have to like, look at the cheats and like... I think it's the same for like Avalon's last dungeon. I mean, there's a couple cheating bosses throughout. Where it's like, not like I have to like... wet them super hard, but like, I can't be stupid, you know? I gotta be prepared. I mean, the harder thing, too, about Avalon is it's long as fuck. So, you know, it's probably going to be a couple streams to get through it. Go, Flacco. Such a brave comment. Oregon. That's tough, bro. It's so Oregon, though. So Oregon. What cards would you use as an O-line? Bro, I think we gotta get this guy. This is a prodigal left tackle, dude. Hey, that guy could play a couple. That guy's just got the body to play 15 years at left tackle. I trust him to keep Drake May safe. Cards? Oh fuck, who's like... What's like the bull... like... Ice Giant, maybe? I'd put in there. Who's like a short buff spell? I need a center that's like dense as fuck, you know? That's compact. No, this is what's hard about questions like this, is like, are we assuming that like, can I say Skeletal Dragon? Because nothing's getting past Skeletal Dragon, but like, it doesn't really make sense. Like, logistically, it'd probably cause some issues. At some points, our best gear option... So, like, these are the best boots, I think. Until Darkmoor. And then... This gear's better than at Vastic. The only thing better than Waterworks or Grizzleheim Crafted is like on a death is Waterworks. Like, maybe at some point I go try to get the Waterworks hat and robe. They're, like, very comparable. They just give a little bit less crit for 10 extra resist, which would be kind of big. Which would, like, probably be worth the upgrade. Oh, hey, they put Zarin and Wiz. Okay, I'm not sure. This is false. Fake news. When should I go get Waterworks gear? As soon as you hit 60. I would go do it. It's very worth it. I'm just not doing it because it's hard to solo. What is your name in Wiz a reference to? I just spun the random wheel. That's what I got. Winter Test Crafted is fine. It's just like on a death, it's just worse. Both pieces are worse by 5 resists compared to Waterworks. So it's like 10 extra resist might be worth it. That's a lot. And again, maybe I could just get away with like only getting the hat. I don't know. I mean, what is the level 70 gear? It's Poseidon, right? Well, I mean, the hat gives a blade too, which is kind of nice, but like, I would trade that blade in for 5 resist any day. Poseidon is ass. Like, I don't even think I would be able to do it. But isn't that what you're like? Isn't that the only level 70 gear people even sometimes farm for?
Rules or something.
Your shoes really grip the path well now.
Oh. I don't know. I don't think there is any gear upgrades. I think the only 2 things... I mean, I could get... Okay, I could go for the better wand, but that's like 2 damage and a little bit of crit and a little bit of pierce, so it's like not huge. I'll probably get a better theme at some point. Maybe I go for Avastic Ring. I don't know how much of an upgrade that is. And then Waterworks is the only thing that's better than these. I don't know. Truthfully, I don't know.
Oh, I smell. A wizard? Let me extinguish that.
Avalon rings could be an upgrade.
For you.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I go for Avalon rings then. I wasn't familiar with their game. Yeah, but I don't think any... I don't know. What's the best... Bruh. What's the best Avalon Death Ring? Uh-oh. Hit me with something weak? Wow, you tried to be toxic. Yeah, I should have fainted again. Oh well. Frozen Kraken. Goated ass pet, bro. Crit at all? It's tough. An honest question, it sounds toxic? Oh yeah, I'm in college right now. I am a senior. I have one more semester. Uno más. Wow, this fight sucks. Nah, don't spend money on this game. It's not worth it. Dude, honestly, too, with once you get to level 50, you can go to the Bazaar and get Mali gear. The tier 2 Mali gear is insane. It's really good. And then from there, you probably don't even have to farm for anything anymore. Because if you go tier 2 Mali gear, that can get you through to level 60, which then you can go get the tier 2 Bygone gear, which is also insane, barely a downgrade from Waterworks. Like, you probably still want to get Waterworks because it's better, but like, you can definitely get through the game with that. And then that can easily get you to Darkmoor. Like, farming is just not a required thing anymore. Okay, but if I open every Wizard 101 pack and then I make a video, I do profit off of it. No? I spend money with the context of this is stupid, don't do it. You know? Speak for yourself. I am 170 and farming is practically required. I have several maxes. Even at 170, like, you can pretty easily, if you team up for the hard fights, get by. If you do like a little bit of farming and piece together gear, if you're a casual player, bro, you don't need max damage cap and like every freaking piece of resistant pierce. If you have 210 damage and like not perfect pierce, it's not the end. Like, a lot of people will tell you it's the end of the world. It's really not. I show up to... Dude, every time I used to show up on Orin with, like, 60 resist and 200 damage, people would call me impoverished. And it's like, it's all pretty marginal difference at the end of the day. I soloed water with Dragoon. That could get painful. Although, all you really need to have to get through the Walrus solo fights is a shit ton of Pierce. You get a shit ton of Pierce, they aren't that bad. I need the best stuff to impress girls at the Commons. True, bro. That's why you need to be at the damage cap. If you show up to the Commons trying to get whiz babes and you're not even at the damage cap, they're gonna laugh at you. Crap. Pull up to the was with the 102 resist build is what a crazy sentence. What an absolutely devious sentence.
Hey, Winter.
We're activating the teleporter arch. Wonder, how far do you think I am in the quest tree? Out of the woods? There's 161 quests. God damn. I'm at 50 though. That's not terrible. I'm actually about to be done with the wild. I am done with the wild. What's up, Orbits? Appreciate you. I low-key might call it here, though. I'm okay with this being a shorter stream. I feel like Avalon's we're gonna do in 3 streams. I'm gonna go edit that Wii Sports video. I mean, 2.5 hour stream is like, that's pretty long for their stream. Yeah, I'll probably call it here. Alright. Keep going until Jabberwock? No, there's no way. I gotta edit this Wii Sports video. The Wii Sports video should be out like tomorrow at noonish. So be on the lookout for that. Alright. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.